pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. See. Roll call, Mr. Baracuya.
Present.
Mr. Chavez.
Present.
Mr. Vasquez.
Present.
Mr. Guevara. Ms. Morano.
Here.
Mr. Sepulveda.
Present.
Mr. Romo. And Ms. Degollado.
Present.
Let's look over last month's minutes, please. We have a motion.
Make a motion to.
A motion by Mr. Baracuya, a second by Degollado. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, communications announcements. You want to wait for those till later, or want to go to the items for discussion first?
Is this something that,
No?
this being here for like every meeting, or it was something that we had,
They had discussed it in one of the meetings, and then I just left it in there for information purposes.
yeah, I think, I don't know if this is, Ms. Molano had requested something like information about this?
No, that was at that meeting, yeah. We had it for
Oh,
This was presented a couple of meetings back.
Okay.
okay, so, items for discussion with possible action is Manada subdivision master plan.
Yes, we have here representative of the engineering department, engineering company that is going to explain the project.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, and thank you for listening to this project. It's a 9.98 acres apartment complex. It is located, or will be located in north of Shiloh, like 300 feet, and west from McPherson, just to give you where the TKO is called North Crest Drive at the end of that street. And I have the so this is it is 9 buildings with 180 apartments between 1, 2, and 3 apartment units. We're proposing for the 180, the required park is like 0.70 acres. We're proposing to give, or the developer is going to give a little more than that. We put there the 0.70 required, but it's going to have more than that, including the swimming pool, the recreational areas with picnic tables and all that, and the dog park. Plus, like the fee for is the neighborhood park improvement fee is 56,520 for the 180 for the 180 units, and he's proposed to have at least that into recreational areas within the. This is private, obviously. It's going to be gated. But,
And it's strictly for the people that live?
Exactly.
Okay. And you all will take care of it?
Yes,
Okay.
and they will maintain it and everything.
Right.
Any questions?
We're fine.
I motion to accept staff recommendation.
I second.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Our second item is Kimberly subdivision, plantation phase 2. Here we have a representative from Premier Engineering. He's going to explain the project as well.
Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Armando Guerra. I'm the project engineer and representing the developer. Basically, this is a small subdivision. It's called Kimberly Phase 2. It's located directly across along Country Club Drive, directly across from the Country Club driving range. It's already constructed. It already went through final plat approval, and I have been coordinating with staff regarding the required fees or in lieu of land or cash in lieu of land fees, and I also went over with the owner, and we concur with staff's comments on the amounts on the agenda, which is for the cash payment in lieu of land, $3,600, and then the parks payment or the park improvement fee, right? Would be for, it's $6,280 for the cash in lieu of land, and then it's $3,600 for the parks improvement fee, for a total of $9,880. So do you have any questions?
The cash payment in lieu of land, I have it here at $3,600.
See, yeah, you said it.
Oh, I said
Yeah,
it
we're right.
right.
So
Yeah.
the
The
kind of-
payment fee is the $6,280.
Yes.
For the number of units.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
okay. The total will be $9,880.
Correct.
I motion to accept staff recommendation.
Second.
Motion on the floor. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Our third item, we have a dog spot, and we have here the ladies that we're gonna.
Hi, my name is Maria Reyes. This is Susie and Maria Lopez. And we are here to propose art for Parks of Laredo. Actually, we just wanted to propose it for Laredo. We approached Parks and Recreation because some of the members of our group have done that before. And we're looking to put some art that allows the transformation of the mind somewhere where a lot of people go. And we weren't sure where to put it or where it could help Laredo more. And so we approached the Parks and Recreation office, and they told us we had to present our idea to you guys, and that then you guys would give us a recommendation, right? So we are looking into creating a transformative wall. You can skip that. The transformative wall is going to be made of brick, and of course you hopefully can perceive where this is going with the brick wall, right? It's a brick wall, and then the bricks are going to have words put on them, words like hate, racism, division, things like that. And then we want to have these wings coming through the wall, as if the wings broke them. They're going to be phoenix wings. So there's going to be a plaque talking about transformation and rebirth, and how the human spirit is the spirit that doesn't have a finite resource to always reinvent itself. And so we are looking into encouraging people to stand in front of the wings so they can see themselves as a phoenix. And that's what we're looking into. And so when we approach the Parks and Recreation, you can just, I thought it would be faster this way, I'm sorry. But what we are looking into is where can we make the most impact? We are not looking into the best park, we are not looking into the one with the most money or in the richest area. We really are looking into how can we encourage people, the public in general, to kind of start losing apathy. And this idea that things are the way they are and we cannot do anything to transform them. And so because of that reason, we are looking to hopefully put this art somewhere where a lot of traffic takes place. And so the Parks and Recreation Office gave us 4 choices. But actually, you guys can recommend any place you think may be worthy of having these kind of. We are taking care of all the expenses. We have been gathering money for plate sales. We have been asking the community to support because we want it to be a community project. And that is what the idea is about. Just so you know, we are aiming at having things bilingual in order for them to make a difference. Hopefully later on in the future we can take into account even more diversity Laredo has, right? Asian.
Where did the Park and Recs recommend?
Slaughter, Independence,
Bartlett Soccer Complex, and the other one, I think it was the North Park? North Central Park? Yes. Mhm. Actually, a team of our group, they already did last year. They did a mural there. But
North Central.
I don't know if you guys saw it, was the
How's the
love,
outcome?
the love mural.
How's the outcome?
yeah.
Yes.
So what are we voting on? Are we voting on the cost? Are we voting on the location? Are we voting on this particular art piece?
Just the project.
What?
May I ask, what was the other, I have 3 locations, Slaughter, Independence, North Central?
And
Bartlett.
Bartlett,
Soccer
okay.
complex.
And those are like 4 different sites that they're proposing to do, or is just to choose one of the sites?
To choose one, yeah.
Just one.
To choose one. Now, our members voted, but just so you know, we are truly looking into making an impact. So for example, today we came to you, and on the 18th, we are also addressing the Commission on Arts, and because they of course handle the plazas and downtown area, right? So we came to you hoping if you can recommend a place to put it and allow us to put it. No, the only maintenance is going to be on us. If you ever notice, hey, the art piece is falling apart, and you can call us. We're gonna take care of that. And right now we're looking into the lighting to hopefully being solar. So we're not asking for expenses from the city because we are really wanting to do this for the community. But we are asking for permission to put it.
So this budget is for you guys?
Yes,
The
yeah,
budget.
that's right. The budget was for us.
I guess, and to answer your question, Ms. Morano, is just the recommendation of approval to do the project in one of our parks.
So it's not even necessarily choosing which park, it's just saying,
You may recommend,
Yeah, you
if
can
you,
recommend.
you may recommend one of those.
Mind if I
One.
ask, where did y'all choose the location?
Well, when we voted,
The most votes, Slaughter Park had the most votes of our group. That one, and the second one would be Independence.
what,
Independence.
why Slaughter or Independence?
because North Central always gets,
We already have a mural there, so
Exactly.
we wanted like something different, so different people can go and look at our art.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bartlett and North Central are in the north area of the city, maybe that's why Slaughter and Independence are in the south.
I know the city has the art commission. What does the city want to do with art like this? Are they trying to, like, is there a plan to have a kind of a one central location so people who come and visit the city can go you know, like Chicago has the Bean, and then there's other art installations. So you go one place, and then you see all these beautiful art installations.
That was our question.
Or is the idea to just have a little bit like in little pockets all around the city, again, just for those neighborhoods?
See, this is a project that is not presented by the department or by the city. This is something they approach us. I think the city has ideas of doing something like what you're mentioning. Maybe the sculpture they're doing, the four blocks here by bridge number 2, that is like the 2 hands, something like that. But in this case, for this type of projects, it didn't, it wasn't born within our department or the city. It's something that they approach us.
But just so you know, I have asked that question because we were interested in helping Laredo make the impact they want to make. And no one has been able to answer that question.
Okay.
And so when we approached you, we were hoping you guys had some input, and also the Arts Commission, we're hoping they have an input, especially because of the whole development you're gonna have downtown. There's gotta be plans, especially if they're doing the hands, for art revival in Laredo. And we're hoping we start inviting local artists, right, to help them to revive it, especially do art that transforms the mind, that is interactive. So I asked that question. You are absolutely correct in asking. So if you find out, make sure you let me know.
Now, the art commission you're referring to is with the city.
That's
the city
right.
with Maria
Yes.
Solis.
And she just recently gave us some, because like you guys, you have dates for meetings. So hers is on the 18th.
Did y'all have a specific place that y'all wanted? Because it sounds like you.
We just want, like I said, we wanted to support the city, right? So if we're gonna spend the money and the energy to create something nice, we wanted to make sure it made the positive impact we wanted to encourage to make. And so that's why we're asking questions. If has a Parks and Recreation unit, you're like, you know what, it would help the parks in this way, you would put it here. That's enthusiasm. We're like, hey, let's do that. If you want to turn one park into, let's turn a park into an art area. That would be fantastic if it's within the spirit of what we're trying to do. And so we're open to it. If it was up to us and God said you can have whatever you, which He does, of course, because He says it would just be in a very populated area where people can actually enjoy it and use it.
Are you all a particular organization or just a group of friends or?
We're just a group of people.
The thing is that we are here presenting this because we were told that we needed to be here. When we approached the city to give us a permit to do this project, the people we spoke with told us that we needed to present it to you guys. And they gave us kind of a restriction on where to put it. They gave us 4 parks, which are the ones that we gave you. We had a broader vision for where to put it, but I mean, with this restriction, we have those 4 parks, and we voted internally, and it was Slaughter Park that was voted. But that's why we're here, because we thought that you guys had some type of requirements or some type of limits, that we needed to know about in order to put this somewhere.
What was your original plan?
What was your vision?
We were
San
thinking
Agustin
downtown.
Plaza?
We were
Yes.
thinking downtown.
So if I may, I'd like to thank you for doing that and for believing in the city and giving an investment like that. And also, I don't know if it was ever considered, but the park downtown, close to the river. I mean, I know it does get flooded every now and then, and I know it might become a problem. But it is an area where it is highly patrolled all the time. So as to worry about any kind of vandalism or anything like that, there's always law enforcement present there, and it is the entrance to our country. I do believe that that mural, in my opinion, I'm not sure the rest of the board members, but in my opinion, it would look great there as well. But if y'all have anything else other in mind, as long as the committee sees fit for it, I would support that as well.
That was brought up, right? That part was brought up when we were looking at it, and I think it was turned down by the people that we spoke with. of the
In Parks
city.
and Recreation.
If they give you the parameters of those other 4 parks, then that kind of rules out everything else, right?
We don't know why they turned down the other places.
Mhm.
You know, we don't have the specifics as to why they gave us these 4 parks.
In my opinion, Slaughter Park has been very developed very nicely, and there's a lot of things out there, as there is in North Central Park. I think the ones I would gravitate to is either the Bartlett complex, because it's kind of bare, there's not a lot out there,
That's true.
and it would be nice to put something there, or the other park that's left on the list. But I would really gravitate towards the Bartlett Park.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
So you guys
Yes.
are divided too?
Or make one and then another one in another part.
Because we're here for you guys to give us permission to do it, like you were the ones that would give us a permit to be able to do this. And you would also make the decision on where to do it.
I don't think we give permits, but we'll give you our recommendation.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be a recommendation that will have to go further to city council for their approval.
Right.
So we will need to approach the council member of the area where it's recommended and then to take it to city council for their approval. But I'm thinking San Agustin Plaza, I think since it's part of the historic district that falls into different rules also. And it's considered, it's a landmark, right? It's historical. And I think for, I'm not sure, they probably spoke with Ms. Stanley and probably Berman, I don't know if they're the staff that talked to them. I'm thinking Los Tres Laredos, or the park that we have here by the bridge. The concern there is because we do have that problem with the river, the flooding, yes. We will have to, it's possible, but everything that we have there, it's detachable or removable. At one point, when we have all this, we need to go in there and get all the equipment out of the park. And so if this is something that is considered there, we will have to do some, I guess,
Modification
to the design so that we can just remove it
Right.
in one of these events. And so now I'm thinking Slaughter, Independence, Bartlett, and North Central Park are one of our largest parks. That's probably why we are recommending one of those 4. And Slaughter, yes, Independence, they're about the same, I guess, in acreage. Very well attended. They're in the south, Bartlett also, and North Central, just because you already did the other one there, it's probably why you were looking towards a different park. Those are my
I mean, for
thoughts.
me, I like everyone's gonna have a different opinion, but I like the idea of this at the Conseco House or in a parking lot in downtown. Because then you'll have this space, like a wall, and then you'll have the space in the parking lot and people can park and take pictures and they'll see it. And then it's kind of like a public piece of art instead of almost hidden in a park. I'm not really sure what to vote on, but can I just make a motion that we support this piece of art and that we support them working with the Commission for the Arts? And I mean, I like it. I don't know where to put it, but I like it. And I think there's a lot of places with the parks and then also other locations around the city too. And this just isn't, I don't know if the Commission for the Arts has a plan. I mean, I know that's why they were formed.
Who is the
I'm
Conseco?
sorry?
Who has a final say?
City Council.
Chihuahua.
City Council.
I'm sorry, so we can just
Oh,
recommend
well,
it.
the one with the
Chihuahua Street. Chihuahua, right across the street from the Burger King. Yes, yes.
Because I see
Same.
that house and it's being renovated and I see it kind of being like this little artsy community
Right.
when it's all done.
Busy traffic intersection.
I just think it'd be cool there, but there's lots of other
I like the
options
Bartlett.
too.
You like Bartlett?
Go ahead.
I just want to tell you all that this is beautiful.
I mean, I enjoy when I go to Mexico City, some of the other places, seeing the artwork, and this is just incredible to see something like this in Laredo. I'm hoping that we'll agree that you all go forward and it goes to the right place. Wherever it goes, they're gonna be very lucky to
Yeah.
have this particular artwork, because I can tell you, I'm gonna take my daughter to go see it. Because the message that you're sending is just incredible. You're right, you know, the human soul is capable of everything, all the obstacles you put in front of it. And the more I look at it, the more I fall in love with it, whatever. I just want you all to be recognized for the wonderful work that you're doing and the fact that you all funded it yourself. I know that ever since I started here, I guess it was last year, they started asking permission, can we put this at this particular wall or that particular wall, which I think this is the reason you're here today. But it's a beautiful piece of art. I know we're gonna find a place to put it. I don't know if we'll be able to decide where, but I, for one, I'm gonna vote right off the bat that we need to accept it and that we get more artwork like this, because it's a beautiful thing you're doing. And thank you for doing it.
I'm sure several artists will probably follow after this is placed. Once it's put up, a lot of local artists will
I like the
follow your
Bartlett,
steps.
Bartlett intersection right there. It's a busy intersection. A lot of people that go walk, run.
And it deserves to be seen. And I'm hoping people will stop and take pictures and reflect and do what it was intended to do. Reflect on what the artist is trying to say.
Right.
So, great job, ladies, and I'd like to make a motion that we accept it and go forward with it. As far as choosing a place, I don't know, do we have to choose a place? Is that what?
Okay, we already had a motion by Ms.
Which is similar to basically accept it and support it, and then
Yeah.
have you guys continue working with the
It's just
city and
that,
the
just so you
commission.
guys know, we're working on a deadline.
Okay.
And so we were hoping you guys would tell us it would look good here. So,
Can we
make a suggestion?
We can make a suggestion.
There you go.
I don't know if we're all going to agree,
But
and that's gonna throw you back.
Yeah,
right.
I would really like to defer it to the art commission. Would that work with your deadline if we deferred it to them?
Yeah,
You
because
said your
their meeting
then
is on the
18th.
18th, so yeah, that's our second meeting.
So, but if we approve and then we send it to them, I think it'll be easier for you to come up with a
Thank you.
spot.
Thank you. Then that would be awesome.
Yes, I mean, I think that would be the easiest way, because it's gonna look nice anywhere you put it.
Yeah, and I think it's just different visions. I mean, I see this downtown because I think of Austin and how they have
Yeah.
like all the art downtown and you're walking and you see all the art. But, you know, other people are
I-
gonna see the vision in a
Yeah,
park.
I see it in every bridge.
Yeah, I mean, so,
That's, you're coming into Laredo, I mean, that's,
I was just,
everybody's gonna have a different, but if we approve it, I think it'd be,
yeah.
But we have more ideas, so.
yeah.
Now, this might fall back into the people we spoke with at first. Like, you guys approve it, we're gonna go back to them, and they're the ones that might tell us where, or are you guys those people?
The final decision is made by the city council,
Oh, I see.
okay? And by the actual city council person that is in charge of that district.
Oh,
We need to
okay.
start sending flyers to the city council.
Yes.
Okay.
Stalking them.
Hopefully it'll be the Bartlett.
They're gonna want it on there.
Whoever gets it will be very lucky.
Yeah. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion that.
Okay, do you wanna do it the way we had it, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
vote-
I'll send you
I vote
second.
on the first and
Yep.
Mr. Sepulveda as the second.
Okay.
Okay, the motion is to,
Send it forward.
Yeah, accept this piece of art
okay,
and, have them continue working with the city to find a suitable location.
to proceed or to use any of the 4 locations?
I would say, I mean, to choose from the 4, but also not to necessarily limit it to the 4.
Okay.
I mean, if the commission
If the Arts Commission.
thinks something else, then,
To proceed with the
With
4?
the art.
Yeah, with the art commission, and to look at the 4, but not only limited to this.
and I don't know if I need to add this, I mean, I would be personally fine with it going in any of the parks. I mean, wherever it goes, like you said, you know, wherever it goes, it's gonna be really nice, so.
So whenever we go to the next meeting, we just kind of say, hey, Parks and Recreation Commission has given us a go.
Yeah, they
Yes.
love it. You can say, they really liked it, they were really supportive.
Okay.
And they just, but they wanted to defer to the Arts Commission because that's why the Arts Commission was formed, to help facilitate all these beautiful art installations.
Can this also be served as an approval for, you know, that they're allowed to put it in a park? I mean, because we're not granting a permit, right?
No, we don't grant permits, and eventually the person that's gonna do the actual, yes, okay, it's
Approval.
fine, is the city council.
I guess
How long does that
also,
take?
I have,
One meeting.
no idea.
They usually meet every other, it's the first and the third Monday of the month.
Okay, so during a regular,
Yeah.
okay.
And we have a deadline to submit an item for the agenda to city council, and we will have to wait until we get the outcome of the meeting with the Arts Commission,
Okay.
so that we can move forward and
I
present.
will run to your office right after the meeting.
I don't know if we can just say in that motion that if the Arts Commission prefers a park, that we are supportive of that.
Yeah.
So that they know that it's being.
So like that, if the commission tells you, well, we don't have a place to put it, you say we have, you know, the Parks and Rec
Yeah,
recommended.
we supported it. If
Yeah.
you guys choose Slaughter as your group, I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
If that's, like, at the end of the day, if you're like, somebody give me an answer,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I don't know if we need to just include that in the motion or just to say we're okay with the park.
Okay.
It's kind of, yeah.
Motion to approve the artwork to proceed, to look at the 4 parks recommended, but not limit to those 4 places, and proceed with the Art Commission's recommendation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. That's,
Yes?
Very nice.
yeah, that's very succinct. That was awesome.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you,
Thank
Henry.
you.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to say about your daughter, you know, I mean, that really touches my heart that you said about your daughter. We're gonna put these stairs there for, you know, younger people that wanna take a picture with the wings so that they can do it. So
Well,
that's really cool.
I will have that picture.
Thank
Thank you.
You're doing a great job.
Excuse
Thank
me,
you.
thank you.
I do. Please let me know when
Okay,
the commission,
presentations,
you're presenting to the Arts Commission, so that I can
Oh, okay.
just in case they have any questions, I can just, fill them in.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Go by the office once you have, or let me know when the Arts Commission is, so that we can go with it.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, October events and activities.
I have that presentation you have, I can put it up, or you can just go ¿Cómo? Okay.
Went through the trouble.
You have it.
Well, I thought I was gonna be able to print them, I was after that. And then I had to print them in black and white because my color copier isn't.
That's why on the screen will be more fun.
No, well, the first one already happened, was that was the 10th annual night out?
Yeah, the first one already happened, and that's why there's some pictures on there. Okay. So these are the events that we'll be participating in and the planning and everything else directly. There's a few events that are on here that will happen in October that we're just kind of doing, providing the materials, tables, chairs and stuff like that. For example, this weekend's Water Fest that they're having at the beauty shop. So that's organized by someone else, but the city's involved. with our council.
It's not up there.
It's not up there, I didn't put, these are the ones we directly, as
Oh.
parts. Oh, by the way, I'm Ramiro Ramos, Parks Events Manager, sorry about that. So yeah, so this is, these are the ones that we are directly in planning and helping with everything else. So, yeah, most of these are, if you look at them, they're the October, Halloween, Harvest Festivals, kind of different names for each one, but they're basically the same thing. We start off with the one that just passed, which was the 10th Annual National Night Out. And, well, let me go through them real quick and then I'll do the other slides. And then the next one is for October 13th. This is the one that's coming up next week. Actually, it's this weekend.
This weekend.
Run for the Monarchs. We're in conjunction with the Rio Grande International Study. And then the same day we have a ADHD Awareness Walk-in Festival at North Central Park. The 17th, Independence Hills, that's our first October Halloween festival, and that's a harvest festival. That's the way they're naming it. That's the councilman, Rudy Gonzalez. And then on the 18th, the following day, we have one at Santa Fe Park. That one's called the Spooktacular Festival. Then on the 20th, Nelly Velma has hers. Actually, that's an anti-bully awareness walk. So that's a different type of event. On the 20th, on that same day, we have, as parts, we have Take a Kid Mountain Biking Day. And then the 26th, that's the next fall festival, that's for Nelly Velma, and that'll be at Hillside Recreation Center. And Roberto Valle's having his, the Outlet Shopping Mall is helping us with that one. It's a trunk and treat on the 27th. The 27th, on that same day, George Alba is having his, which is an all-day event, as you can see, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And it's a fall festival and costume contest, tree planning, park cleanup, everything.
We put 10 a.m.
On August.
I'm sorry. See, I was rushing like crazy today. They told me about 2 o'clock to start. On the 30th, Alberto Torres, Inner City Park, Halloween in the Park, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And finally, on the same day, Halloween Jamaica for Vida Rodriguez. So let me see, real quickly, just go through the slides.
A lot of candy.
Yeah, the last thing. God, I have to order a whole bunch.
Everybody's tired.
10th Annual National Night Out, this just happened on October the 2nd. As you can see, we had a lot of events up there, a lot of law enforcement agencies had booths, including city staff also had some booths. AEP was out there. They had some wrestling and some performers from the school, bands and cheerleaders and dance troops. Upcoming, that's the ADHD one with Charlie. We're working with them and they're bringing some sponsors. We're doing music, train rides. They're having Zumba. We have some moonwalks out there. Face painting, stuff like that. Then on October, that same day, we have the Run with the Monarchs and 10K and 5K run. So that's with the Rio Grande, and that's with, sponsored with Councilman Vida Rodriguez. The first Harvest Fest, October the 17th. And there's plenty of sponsors. A lot of these sponsors, this is a good thing that the councilman brought on board himself, so that helps out a lot as far as the planning. Costume contest, pumpkin patch, games, vendors. This one does have a haunted house. He will have something out there that his group will create. So that helps out a lot. Let me see. Next one is a Spooktacular Festival the following day on the 18th. All of them are basically the same as far as activities. There's some that have a little niche here and there differently. Like this one has a movie. And train rides, games, crafts.
The train belongs to the Parks Department, right?
Yes, there's two. Anti-bully awareness walk, which is a great thing. That's spearheaded by one of our supervisors at the recreation centers, along with Councilwoman Nelly Gomez and Mayor Sines. Next one is Take a Kid Mountain Bike Day. And that was it's put together also through the rec centers. I know Nora has kind of spearheading that, so I don't know if you want to give anything on that. I know it's
It's the first outdoor activity that we're promoting as a department this year. And it's just to make awareness of the mountain biking riding.
Nora is the superintendent for the recreation.
Yes, sorry. Same as Ramiro, rec superintendent. And we want everybody to bring their family out to that day and teach the kids mountain biking. We're gonna have, we do have bikes that we can provide,
Yeah.
but we're, having everybody to bring their own and helmet, and kind of cool thing. This is something that's done nationally, and it's big in Austin and other cities, so we kind of want to include it as mountain biking keeps growing in the city.
So we have a fleet of bikes.
Yes.
It's like, what is it now, like 30, 40?
Like 30. All sizes.
Yeah. And helmets.
So we'll have activities for the family too, not only mountain biking.
What are the ages?
It's open to all ages, from the little ones up to...
No, but for the mountain biking,
We got little bikes,
just as long as they can ride a bike?
everybody that can ride a bike.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if it has 2 wheels, 4 wheels.
So next we'll have the Fall Festival for Nelly. As you can see, she kind of wanted the theme of Dia de los Muertos for All Souls Day. She'll also have a lot of the same stuff, train rides, haunted house. The haunted house will be inside the rec center. Free food, pizza, candies. And, a special one here, like I told you, that everyone has a culinary demonstration. So there'll be someone out there, showing kids how to cook something quick and healthy. And then we have the one for the outlet mall. That's kind of plain. I know the flyer, by the way, that's not done by us. That was done by the outlet mall. But they're also gonna have a lot. It's carnival style. So they'll have, I think they're gonna have a pet zoo or a zoo, animal zoo, and pony rides and all that kind of good stuff. So, and they're teaming up with council and body for that. This one's the one that's 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. This is an all-day event, and he had kind of like a schedule of events on this one. So yeah, there's a tree planting and park cleanup at Father Magno. There'll be a paddling trail dedication to Arturo Jimenez. He was a very light teacher in the area, so I think the kids approached him. I can't remember the school off the top of my head. But yeah, so they'll have that one, and they'll also have there's a vigil walk and procession. It's kind of be like like I said, it's a Dia de los Muertos kind of a theme. So there'll be a visual walk for Mr. Arturo Jimenez, and also for the tragedy that happened there between the border patrol, the young kid, the young boy, and the mom. So we'll do that walk, and then at the end it'll be a movie in the park. So there's also a festival that starts at 4. Dr. Torres will have the one at Inner City Park, and he teams up with the county a lot, so they bring up a lot of the stuff. They bring the popcorn as well, so they do a great job there. This is one of the easier ones to prepare for, because he does a lot of the work. He did the flyer, and again he'll have a movie also, Hotel Transylvania. And the final one it will be for Seattle is on the day of 31st. And that'll be at Seattle Recreation Center, Haunted House, Pumpkin Patch, same kind of deal.
Okay, thank you.
That's it.
Lots of things.
A lot of things.
A lot of stuff. It's only part.
Do we have any items for next meeting? No.
I'd like to see if staff could give a presentation of how it went over the summer and regarding any of the vandalism that was going on, that occurs,
Mhm.
right? So, how is that, and if, whether they know if it's gotten better or gotten worse.
Okay.
I'd like to hear something.
Anybody else?
I guess I'd just like to see if we could follow up. I know you all had done a big bunch of work in reference to the baseball program. I know we were standardizing the fees that were being charged and what was being done with all the money that they're generating, with them having to report the money. I was interested in seeing, I know they were gonna follow up on all the tournaments that they're doing, if the money's being turned in, or at least an accountability for the tournaments.
Anything else?
I wanted to know if there were any updates on the website.
Yes, I'm working on that. We are in the process of buying the rights to another website, to do our own website. That process takes, to install, when we purchase it, it takes a while. It takes from 4 to 6 months,
Okay.
so it's a process.
And it hasn't been purchased yet, or it has?
No, it hasn't,
Yeah.
it's in the process in the next several weeks.
Okay.
We got a new budget, so.
Okay,
You can
awesome.
get the budget for it.
Yes.
Any others? Again, I'd like to commend you all. You all do a tremendous job. I know you all never get pats on your back and stuff, but you deserve that and more. I think you all do a wonderful job. I mean, this is evidence right here. And you need us for anything, you know, we're always ready to help you all out.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
And y'all are invited to please join us at
Please
those.
join
Those
us.
events.
Even if it's not in your
and
district.
ribbon cutting
Yes.
and
Okay, thank you. Have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Anybody who has a motion?
Oh, you were asking
Motion,
questions, sorry.
Motion, and then second. First. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you very, very much.
We changed a little bit of, on our menu
Okay.
this time, so please join us. Miss Gloria Landin suggested something different. I hope you enjoy and like it.
She made the food? Yes.
So I have the request.